I'm a minute early, but what the heck. If you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward till stuff starts happening. And I'll get my other computer set up so I can chat with the peeps. You know, I don't care how much room you've never got enough. That's my realization for today. Hi, Dorothy. You guys aren't having a holiday today, are you? I know Canada is, and we are. Yeah. Says 12 watching. Wow. Get in chat, you peeps. Hit the thumbs up. Hi, Enchanting Miscellany. Yeah, isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter how much space you have. You either grow into it. It's never enough. It's never adequate. Yeah. Hey, Uncle Dan. Are you having a day off today, Uncle Dan? You're just showing up everywhere. Hi, R. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Christy. I will not be collaging a pumpkin today. Or a gourd either. Dee Dee makes it look so easy. And I tell you, halfway through that, I was like, are you kidding me? I couldn't do that in 5 lifetimes, I swear. Hi, Starla. I'm going to show the postage one more time, but it's all on its way. So, hi, Teresa, Terry. You missed me? I missed you too, Uncle Dan. So, we're having storms here. I was worried all morning that my internet might go out. The wind is blowing. We've gotten a ton of rain. Ugh. Cleaning your studio. That's kind of a daily thing for me. Doesn't matter what I do, I trash it out. But that's always a good feeling for sure. You miss me too, Barbara? Yeah, last week was crazy because I was all ready to go. And I was going to do last week what I'm doing this week, but I got everything set up. And it doesn't take a real long time to set up, but, you know, it takes some time. And went to go hook up to StreamYard, and there's nothing there. And there was a message at the top that said they were experiencing some network issues. They're working on it. Try back later. So I just waited for a little while and came back, and same thing. And so there was no way that I could let everybody know, hey, Lena, I watched your Halloween page yesterday, and I wasn't kidding in my message. I could listen to you all day long. But anyway, so I thought, well, I'll wait for, a few minutes. And then after a while, it was obvious it was going to be ongoing. And I thought, well, in an hour, I'm done. That's it. I'm tearing it all apart and going on with life. So that's pretty much what happened. But then it went on, God, most of the day, I think. You just lurk away, Lena. Normally, you don't even pop into chat. You just lurk. You are a superior lurker. Yeah, it was the same day Facebook was down, Barbara. So it makes me wonder if they don't use Facebook servers or something. Or whatever, I don't know anything about that crap. But yeah, it was all down. IG was down, Facebook, StreamYard. Those are the only ones I checked. Facebook could go down and stay down forever, and I'd be okay with that. Hi, CB. It's not morning anymore. Maybe where you are it is, so good morning to you. So, yeah, we're just giving people a chance to come on in. So, I don't know, you guys. I got some new lights. Dee Dee talked me, after Dee Dee got her big studio lights, she talked me into buying some different lighting in here. And I have to say, sitting here, it's very bright. I don't know if it's going to help with the focus or anything else. But lighting has been an issue. I'm going to put this here just to see. Okay, Dee Dee, I'm talking about the lighting. Hashtag it's all Dee Dee's fault. But I did order it and it came in. So tell me if there's a big difference. And then another thing is she made me get a new microphone. I'd been using the microphone on the camera, which I thought was adequate. It's right here at my face. It worked good. But she said, no, you got to order this. So she, Dee Dee had fun last week spending my money. So can you tell a difference, Dee Dee? You need to tell me. Both microphone and lighting. Looks good. I need something that goes straight down on my work. Well, these sit, they come two in a thing, and they weren't real expensive, so it wasn't like I have a lot invested. And if they don't work, then they're going back. But I have to say, and I probably will leave them up and try and draw with them. The mic, you can't tell as much. Yeah, because it's like right out in front of me. So we'll have to wait and see. Back out. Back the camera out. I'm doing it manually because to test the focus. Well, and I left autofocus on, so, and you might see the feet of the tripod, so. Anyway, so that's what's new around here. We have storms. I got new stuff. I did last week get all the postage out. Okay, it is better. All right. Well, you are the resident expert, so I vote for you. I am going to pull in though, Dee Dee. I am, Barbara. I'll show them here in a minute. All right. I'm going to show all the postage one last time. And those of you who participated in it, I did get all of them out last Thursday. And the reason it took until Thursday is because, let me show you what happened to me on Tuesday. I was just, I don't know, I was stupid. But anyway, I was sitting here watercoloring, and I went to grab the tray of watercolors, and you guys have seen my tray, right? Let me grab it real quick and I'll show you. Okay. Here's the tray of watercolors. And look at it, it's so nice and clean. And I'll explain why it's so nice and clean. Because I was watercoloring, and I went to grab it, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Look what happened. I dropped that tray and all those watercolors, some of them wet. There was the palette I was working with. They went everywhere. Everywhere. That would be cool, Dee Dee. Yeah, it was bad. So, hang on, let me see. Okay. This is what it looked like after I picked them up off the floor. Hey, Rachel. Anybody else I missed coming in? Hi, Trisha. So, that was right before I was leaving to go to the post office. And then I realized everything was really dirty. So I had to wash it all before I could put it back. Because this is the sort of thing, I could not leave the house with that like that. Now that is, I will admit, one of my OCD things. I could not leave that. So as a result, I didn't get the postage out till Thursday. But my guess is you guys should be getting it pretty quick. I'm hoping. So I thought, before I need to make a little journal or something to keep all these in, because I want to keep them together. I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and show them all one last time. These were mine, so I'm not showing those. So I'm just going to quickly flip through them one last time so you guys can see them. This was Kathleen Deutsch, I think is how she pronounces her name. I wonder if I put these against a black background, if they'll show up better. Look at, I love this little envelope. Happy mail enclosed. This is Devin. I don't even have to, oh, I didn't tell you who did that last one. That last one was Jeannie, Homeschool Mama 4. This I know, I don't even have to look. It's Devin. She painted that. I'm not sure about these lights, Dee Dee. We'll see. This is, oh, that's just part of another one. This is Sharon Lombard. Oh, I didn't put that other one back. I gotta do that. Hang on, gotta put it to get back together. Yeah, the bird was really cute. Hi, Sherry. Anybody I missed coming in? I do have autofocus on. I might turn it off. I don't know. These I'll just put all out together. She used stickers, and then they're so cute. This is Terry Brett. She's in chat today. I love all of them so much. I love the monkey especially. You were in Janet withdrawal for a whole week. Well, I hope you survived. Yeah, it was weird. It's always weird when your schedule gets goofed up. I have to, like when Dee Dee was gone, like Monday and Wednesdays, I just hated them. I hated Monday and Wednesdays. And these were ones I just did kind of as displays for the swap. I kept them because they were just one of a kind. So I kept them because I didn't have enough to, oh, that one too. I didn't have enough to swap out. So, all right. This is Starla Arts. She's here today. These were just gorgeous. They're watercolor, hand-drawn. I think you used stencils, didn't you, Starla? But they're just gorgeous. And they were all different. So if you participated, you won't get one like that. This is Linda Patrick's. This is very fall-like, right? This is Wisconsin. Mindy. Mitz Mindy. And a lot of the ladies put stuff on the back. So when you get yours, make sure you look if there's something on the back. Because a lot of them included other fun stuff with it. So everybody did get more than they submitted, which was very cool. I always like that. Yeah, the cool Lambo stamp, Wisconsin. Yeah, so I was really happy. Everybody was able to get more than they submitted, and that's thanks to CB, Sharon Lombard. I don't know. There were a few that were generous. And CB, you're getting one of everybody's. So you will be getting one of all these because she submitted 4 different designs. 4 of 4 different designs. So I love these a lot too. This is Deb Amanza. These are all hand-drawn and watercolored, and who knows what all she used, but these were very cool. And Dee Dee, I think, just looking, I think this lighting is really helping. And she did also include extras in hers. So, you guys did awesome. I know, right, Julie? This one, did I say who did? Yeah, I did say that. All right, this is APG Jamie. Hers is like a little collage. I'll save these for last because they were the first ones I got. And Linda Rentz has a son named Tim. And Tim, for whatever reason, he's never met me, but he likes me. And I like him a lot. So Tim has started sending me his own art. So this was Tim's rail car. And I didn't take a photo of it or anything. Now I wish I had, but I didn't. I did Tim a special caboose for him. So Tim, thanks for being a fan. I loved your art. I was so proud to get it. And this is from Dawn. And honestly, I think I forgot to give myself a couple. So if you submitted and I didn't show it today, it's because when I counted at the end, I think I was too short. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to go back and discover. So if you got extras, you just got one of mine, and that's okay. This is from Dawn. This one, I thought, oh man, doesn't fit the size requirements. But then inside, look at what she did. She did one of her own. This is her own art. So some people are just overachievers. And then sent one of these folders for each of the people who got it. So I thought this was an awesome idea. I love this. And then last but not least, CB made sure we had plenty for everybody. So look at these. That's why I want to do a book where occasionally I can just take it out and look at it. Look at that. So well done. Everybody did such a great job. I'm not kidding you. So I don't know if it'll be maybe next Monday, depending on how much I get done this week. I may build a folder or something to keep these in. Well, CB did 4, so you haven't seen all of CB's yet. Look at these. Hand-drawn. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, so well done. Overachiever. And some of the, like, she sent the little extra postages. I probably will separate these out and use them on other art. I probably will. I know, right, Dee Dee? And CB lived in Japan for a few years in the military. So when it comes to Japanese art, I trust CB because it's probably authentic. She knows what she's doing. Well, and do you still do the, oh, I'll bet CB uses a ruler too. Yeah, because she's too smart not to. Do you still do the flower arranging, CB? You own a lot of these dolls. That doesn't surprise me either. And this is last but not least, but look at how absolutely gorgeous they are. And this one has a little bling on it. So it was so much fun. The whole swap was just so much fun, you guys. And I thank you for participating. And I hope you're happy with what you received back. I have to believe you will, because some of the fibs were just so generous. So thank you again for participating. It was tons of fun. And then when I was at the post office, I'm not kidding, I went to my little post office that I really like because I like the girl there. You're still doing it. Good on you. And everybody sent their self-addressed stamped envelopes, right? But I did have the girl at the post office check each one of them. One of them was in a number 10 envelope. You guys know what that is, a business size envelope. But it had one of these, which was, it's not real bendable. And it was a different girl. It wasn't my usual favorite girl, okay? And this, I don't know. She is going for post office employee of the century or some damn thing. But she said, well, this one doesn't bend an inch. I'm going to have to charge you for a package. So you guys, you're going to have to be really careful in the future, because if any other post office employees are like Miss Post Office America, she was like, well, I'm going to have to charge you for a package for this. It was a number 10 envelope because it doesn't bend. And I said, you're kidding me. I've never heard this rule, and I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been participating in swaps. And she said, well, I can go ahead and mail it for this, but something about there won't be any insurance, and if it gets ruined. I said, just mail it. I don't care if it gets ruined. God, like, you can't add cardboard. Exactly. It's just like, are you kidding me? You're going to charge me. And postage has just gone up on Monday. So she said the new rate is $4. She was going to charge me $4 for that number 10 envelope. I was going to take it back and repackage it or do something. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. So keep that in mind, because they're even checking number 10 envelopes. I thought, well, I'll just take it home, put it in my mailbox. You know? Are you kidding me? So that was my favorite post office. Ugh. I don't know. It's a crazy world we're living in. Anyway, I have been doing Inktober. I think that was all I had to show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I have been doing Inktober. I have not been keeping up really with the days, but I'll go ahead and show you what I've got so far. This is a page. I'm going to do a cover for this at some point. This is a page I left for the index. I don't know if I should show these against black. Doesn't matter. But that was day 1. So today, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and watercolor some of them, because I've been showing them black and white on IG. But then I have been colorizing them, and I'm going to do some today. I don't know if I'm going to post the color ones. This one was really simple. I shouldn't even get credit for this one. This one's hard to see because orange blossoms apparently are real light in color. Let me see. Black background might help. Okay, and I'm doing these on, it's 24-pound laser printer paper. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, tell them it identifies as rice paper. Trisha, I'm taking you to the post office with me. So in the background, you guys know that every month I have been posting Zentangle or Tangle prompts for you guys to draw if you want. So I thought, well, I usually try and draw them as well. So I've been putting the Zentangle, that day's Zentangle, in the background. So this one was a little tricky. I'm not sure I like the background with this flower, but oh well. It's called membrane art. which I like the design, but I don't necessarily like it on this, so there's that. But, all right, so those are the ones that, as far as I'm concerned, are done. And then these are the ones that I've drawn and done the background, but haven't watercolored. So I'll watercolor these today, at least get something on it. I'm excited to paint this one. I don't necessarily like that background either, but it is what it is. And then this one I have drawn, but I haven't done the Zentangle yet because this is the first time. The membrane art was kind of that way, but this one today, the Zentangle that goes with this day, I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate it. I don't know. Yeah, Barbara, you can find the list. Just look up on IG, hashtag Zentangle with Janet. And all the tangle patterns will be there and the prompt list. So you should be able to find it that way if you don't want to dig through all my crap. Thanks, you guys. Hi, Kathy Arbor. I watched your scarecrow painting. I saved it. It was like, it's kind of like getting Happy Mail. I couldn't be there on Thursday because Robert and I had to go to Joplin. So I couldn't be there on Thursday, and I hate to miss the live stream, but I didn't have a choice. But then I just like saved that recording. It's like getting Happy Mail and pouring a cup of coffee, bringing it in the house, opening it. I was just so excited. Thanks, Rachel. Hi, Tambit. So, yeah, one thing I will say about this paper. I chose the paper because it was 24 pound and I like the smooth surface for drawing and especially inking. If you want to ink, it's great paper to ink on. And it's 24 pound laser copy paper. Awesome for drawing on. It's crap for watercoloring on. So, but another thing was I'm only drawing on the one side, so I didn't necessarily want it bleeding through, so I thought, well, I'm going to have to use a little bit heavier weight paper, right? Real life does happen, Kathy. Okay, and so for these drawings, I've been using the flowers. I've been using the carbon ink platinum pen. Love this. It's just a fountain pen with the carbon black ink. That's my favorite, waterproof black ink. For some of the gray, the darker gray, I loaded up this Jane Davenport fountain pen with, let me double check which one it is. It's the Noodlers Lexington Gray. But I had to water it down a little bit. So if you use it full strength, it's a dark gray. So I did water it down a little bit to get a lighter gray. So I've been using that a little bit for the gray. But for the Zentangles, the repetitive drawing, I've been using this Unipin. It's water and fade proof. Comes in different nib sizes. You can get it in brown, gray, whatever. This is a warm gray. But that's what I've been doing the Zentangles with. And then this is a flex nib. What do they call them, Dee Dee? They call it a sign pen, but when I ordered them, I had to look up something different. But yeah, that's for the brush lettering. So those are pretty much the only pens I've been using for Inktober. And they're working out pretty well for me so far. So there's that. And then the flowers are just out of this 10-step drawing flower book. I have not been doing the step outs, but if you like Fude Touch, there you go. I knew I could count on Dee Dee. I haven't been doing the actual step outs. I just look at it and draw it, and hopefully it comes out somewhat. It's a reasonable facsimile, if nothing else. So, and I have been using these for the colors. So today we're doing Magnolia, and look at, there's Magnolia. So I'll just keep this here. The nice thing about this book too is if you're going to put the color on it, it does give you the colors down here. So, yeah. I might have to put the black underneath here since we're doing this light experiment. And I thought today, because I'm scared to death to touch that watercolor tray again, after I showed you what I did, I'm going to be using the Mission Gold. These were a gift from Scooby-Doo many years ago, and I have to say I love them. I love them a lot. But because of limited space on my desk, I'm going to have them off to the side. I love that book too. I love this one more than the animal one. I have the animal one too. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the animal one. But that's just me. So I'm just setting up my watercolors here. I have a piece of this paper that I test on. Oh, that's way too light. You're too dark. That one's good. So I hope you guys in Canada are having a nice Thanksgiving Day. Did you guys fix dinner yesterday? I saw that Jean was going over to celebrate with her family, which is really nice. We have, what, a month and a half before we have Thanksgiving here. Yeah, I'm sure. I agree with that, Rachel, that after a year and a half, we're out of practice for entertaining. I'm not sure I want to do it again. Might just be me, but... Alright, so... And I need some greens. I guess I could show you while I'm doing this. That one I just put out was sap green. This is hooker's green. And I think I want some light yellow orange. And then I'll just use this blue purple that's out. I don't need much of it. Okay, now because of limited workspace, I gotta move it aside. You had leftover slop at your place? Good girl, Barbara. Cooked a turkey breast, baked sweet potato, Brussels dressing, stuffing. Well, that sounds good. You go take care of your mama, Tina. Hi, by the way. All right, and this paper, in all honesty, like wet on wet, is ridiculous. So yeah, you'll see. It's a struggle, but it's a struggle I'm gonna do for you guys. And I do have a space in there that I gotta fill in Zentangles because I missed it, but that just means it sucks to be me. I am going to go ahead and wet this and see if I can get a little bit of wet on wet. I might need to pull you guys in because I am working pretty small. Need a blotter. And these colors are really light, so if you can't see them well. And I will end up going back and finishing them with colored pencil. That's how I've done the others. So if I screw up this, I have a chance to fix it. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, Kathy Arbor's account is one of my favorites, too. I have to be... See, I dropped that lettering down into the flower. I've got to be a little bit careful because that ink on that is not waterproof, so... I kind of knew I was going to be doing the watercolors, so I chose waterproof products. But that one I needed the brush letter, so, and I don't have a brush letter permanent pen. I don't even know if they make one, honestly. Okay, I need to get this one wet. I'll wait. And I think it was the time before last that I streamed. Devin had recommended that I watch Lula Rich on Hulu or Netflix or something. So I was going to tell Devin, if you watch the recording, I did watch that. People are a bunch of freaking scammers. That's all I gotta say. Now you can, if you can see, you can see how the wet on wet on this just doesn't work. So you have to do things a little bit different. Other than that, I haven't been doing much. Drawing, just living life. And I am looking at the picture as I'm doing this, so it's going to be somewhat accurate. Despite how it sounds, I did take my medicine today, but I'm going to have to change my medicine for my allergies because I've been using Flonase. And wasn't this week, it was when Nikki was here, whenever that was. So that's been, what, a week and a half ago about. Out of nowhere, my nose started bleeding, which means I need, yeah, I'm going to have to change the medicine. I've either been using it too long or I don't know, but I can't have that. Living La Vida Loca for sure. For sure. Okay, this one's real light. But now that college football has started, we're not having people here at the lake. So that's a good thing. That always happens this time of year. And I'm A-okay with that. All right, I think that's most of the blue. Make this one darker because you can't really tell. And I'll put the shadows and everything in with colored pencil because it just takes too long with watercolor by the time I let it dry and blah, blah, blah. I think that's all the blue I... Oh, wait. No, there's a leaf I didn't look at yet. You lose hubby during football season? Yeah, see, Robert has never... I was the football fan. Robert has never been a football fan, ever. So, yeah, there's not much football going on around this house anymore. Which is fine. We always find something to do. Good or bad. Alright, let me test the color again. Yeah, it's a little dark. I need dark, but I need real light first, so... I suppose if I'm careful, I can make it work. I'll make it work. Let me hit it with a heat gun real quick, just to make sure it's pretty dry. It is they are very delicate colors. But magnolias actually are that way. I've never seen one with blue. Doesn't mean it's not so. Down here, mostly our magnolias are like almost a cream colored. But who knows if they're even depicting these in the right color scheme. I don't know. And the paper does, you can see the paper does warp. That does not bother me. And after I get colored pencil on it and put it in the book and work with it, that warpage kind of goes away. So that doesn't really bother me. Hey, Devin. I just mentioned you. Said if you watched the recording, I did go watch the, what did you call it? Lula Rich? Is that what it was? The woman with the pyramid scheme? Husband and wife? That's a crazy story. It reminded me of, what was it? Theranos? Was that the, well, the woman's actually in court right now. Bilking people out of money. I did enjoy it, though. I have to say, I always appreciate a good recommendation. I haven't found anything good to watch in forever. Actually, I did forget one thing. I'm going to add it in. Did I say hi? Hi, too, by the way. This pink came out nice and soft, so I like that. These don't really take too long either. Like, they're done before you know it. Now I'll go in with the yellow. The yellow I might have to actually add with colored pencil too. Because I got to stay away from the blue, right? Or I'm going to end up with green on there where I don't want it. But there's just a little bit of yellow here and there, so... Thanks, Sherry. I'm actually enjoying drawing them because they literally don't take... Some of them aren't taking even 10 minutes. It's literally that fast, so... I gotta add some blue back over here. hold it up so you guys can kind of see how we're coming along. I know it's hard when I'm far away that way. Okay, I'm going to hit it with a heat gun so I can do just a little bit more of the darker color. Dries quick on this paper though, I have to say that, so that's a good thing. Oops, that's a little dark. Okay, now you should watch Living with Yourself. I don't want to even think about that, Devin. God, what a freaking nightmare that would be. Ask Robert Vaughn. Living with Yourself. Okay, writing it down because I have a bad memory. Paul Rudd. You know, one that I would recommend, if you have Netflix. I think it's only on Netflix. And if you've never seen anything with Ricky Gervais, Afterlife, I've really enjoyed that. I got that one a little dark. I did not want that dark, but oh well. And that got real muddy in there, so I'm going to let it dry. May have to doctor it with colored pencil, but that's the cool thing, you know, like you have plenty of tools in your toolbox. Use them. Leave it to Rachel. You saw Afterlife? Yeah. It's also dark comedy. Okay, we're on it. We are on it. Because really, there's absolutely nothing on TV that I care to watch. Regular TV. Even Survivor this season, I don't know why. Terry, are you feeling this too? I'm not even enjoying Survivor like I used to. Like I used to look forward to it. Like I could hardly wait till Wednesdays. You have to eat pizza, you know, like. And this year I'm just like, I'm not even that interested. What the heck? Am I changing or are they changing? What is it? Because I'm not okay with this. Yeah, I like Ricky Gervais, and sometimes his language matches my own, so there's that. So if you don't like foul language, I would say, yeah, you might want to think twice, but that doesn't bother me. It's never bothered me. And I think it was partly my parents didn't swear. Well, until I got older. And then they had to get through to my thick skull. Um, I just think they're words like any other word, you know? Like you can put whatever meaning you want onto them. You lived Survivor all this last year. Yeah, exactly, Rachel. Maybe that's why I'm not enjoying it. It reminds me of deprivation that I've had to endure, right? I don't know, but it's just odd that I'm not really enjoying it like I normally do. And at some point you have to look, well, is it me or is it everybody else? You know? You know, Devin, I'm considering that right now, getting rid of cable. Excuse me. My cable bill, you guys are going to crap. Well, my cable bill and my internet bill are 171 a month. I don't know which portion of which is which part is internet and which part is cable, because it's all just bundled together, right? Um, but when I think about how much we actually turn on the TV and watch regular TV now, we just don't do it. Robert doesn't even do it. And so I'm starting to think, why am I keeping it? My, excuse me, my contract period is up. So I don't have to keep it for that. Um, so I'm seriously considering doing that as well. I don't know what I sucked up into my throat. But I don't have to get something to drink. You haven't had television for years? You know, you guys probably are the smart ones, really. And I kept it because because we live so far out in the middle of nowhere. To even get our local stations, you had to have cable. I mean, the antenna was not adequate, and so it was just the best option, even though it was really, really pricey. Well, now we don't use it, and I'm going, why am I keeping it? Because I promise you, I could use that $171 on something else. I promise you I could. Even if I just kept it in the bank, I could use it on something else. We're just not getting our money's worth, I guess, is what it comes down to at the end of the day. And the only thing that scares me is when we have bad weather, which we did overnight. We had really bad storms overnight. I like to see when the tornado is going to come and kick my ass. I like to kind of watch it coming. So, and I do have a storm radio, but it's just not the same as watching it as it's coming near you, you know? And if you don't live in Tornado Alley, you probably can't understand that even a little bit. Maybe I could try another antenna. Maybe they've improved antennas. I don't know. See, that's just it. I don't need a lot of the local channels. I just need one to know when the tornado's going to kick my ass. Or at least when to run out to the storm shelter. Because literally, that is about the only time I turn on The locals is when I need weather. All right, I'm about ready to start with the colored pencil now. I've got a good base on there. I can smooth it all out. With colored pencil now. And this won't take long. I mean, it goes pretty quick. I'm using my crop pencils, which are Prismacolor, according to Denise. I do, Devin, have emergency alerts to the phone. But the thing is, like, have you guys ever been in a tornado warning? Like, the radar on the television news, and they have storm chasers go out and follow the storm. So you literally know if it's within a mile of you. So that's the thing, is the alerts on the phone are not as precise as the weather people. So there's that. All right, let's see. I'm going to use let's do some testing. Yeah, that'll be all right. That'll be all right. I need a where's process red? That would be a good one. This one will be good. Need a dark green, a light green. Do you guys use the same colors like over and over and over again? The ones you know, that you trust, that you like? I use the same ones over and over and over. And I want a kind of a lighter brown, so that'll be fine. You get occasional tornadoes? Yeah, see, okay, during hurricanes, Tina, don't you watch your local weather to find out really when you're going to get your ass kicked. The nice thing about the colored pencil on top of the watercolor, well, the watercolor raises up the tooth on the paper just a little bit. And so you can smooth out your watercolor or your colored pencil really, really nicely. But you can't bear down on this because I want the colors to be really soft. So I'm just barely using it. And the yellow on this will go on top of the blue, so I'm not actually mixing the colors. So that's a good thing. The weather people in Florida have a dartboard on weather conditions and temperatures. Sometimes I feel that too, Tina, but I think everybody kind of has this idea in their head that that their weather people are all doing that, because one of the things they say in Oklahoma, which they also said in Colorado, was if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes and it will change. And it's kind of true, you know, like we can have stormy as hell weather 1 minute and then it seems like 10 minutes later it's sunny and beautiful and everybody's out doing whatever. But that's funny because I think everybody in the world kind of feels that. I think I need to get a different colored pink out. Well, maybe, let's see. Yeah, that'd be all right. You guys don't see me use my pencils very much, and I do use them a lot. I probably use my colored pencils every day. You guys probably don't realize that, but I do. I use them almost every day. I have to say they're so much easier to control than watercolors. Thanks, Devin. It's coming along. And I don't, like, I could probably sit here and dink all day, add more detail or whatever, but I'm going to call this pretty much done here in a second. I do not like it when my pens, oh, I could use this in. Okay, and for you, those of you guys who are new and maybe I've never used my pencils on stream around you, the reason my pencils have two ends that are sharpened, one, my granddaughter goofed up and sharpened the wrong end on some of them, and I glue the remaining pencil onto my old one, so I use it all up. So I don't end up a lot of nibs, little nibs laying around. Yeah. But my granddaughter did sharpen the wrong end of the pencils too. And that's okay. I didn't beat her too bad. I do let the kids play with my good art supplies when they're here. Okay, what journal are you using for your Inktober's? It's a handmade journal, Devin. I just took some 24-pound not inkjet, laser printer paper, and cut it and folded it, and I'm using that. Yeah. I do glue my nobbins to the next pencil. And I'm missing a couple pencils. I need to go through them and figure out which ones are gone. They're probably out in the front room. This pencil I'm having problems with. I can't keep the lead sharpened, so it was probably garbage when I bought it. But I have to say, I think that Prismacolor has solved their product quality problems. I think they've solved that because I ordered, I don't know when it was, not in the recent past, but I ordered some colors that I use frequently, and when they came, they were really good. Like, they were centered. They just didn't feel like crap. Yep, gluing the leftover ends. Yeah, it just makes your pencils look goofy, like this one. And when I glue them, because I don't want to sit and hold them forever, I just usually washi tape them. Like, this washi tape could come off now. So, yeah. But yeah, just 24 pound. Laser paper, it's not the greatest for watercolor, I will say that, so beware. But for inking, if you want to ink, it's some of the nicest paper to ink on. Primarily because it doesn't bleed. You don't have any bleed through. And the ink just absolutely flows. Like if you're using a fountain pen or oh, brain think. A dip pen ink, India ink, or anything like that. Man, that it will just absolutely glide on here. So that's part of the reason I like this paper for inking. And that was my initial decision, was using the ink, and the problem with the watercolor came later. Now I'm just adding some blue back in. I still want to keep it really, really light, but yeah. Just crisping it up a little bit. But still keeping it pretty soft, right? Hey, Artie Dar. How have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. I hope your world is going really well. Still miss you a lot. Alright, I've done about as much damage on this one as I am going to do right now while I'm when Dee Dee was talking this morning about contrast in your colored pencil work or whatever, like on this one, it's a little bit harder because it is so soft, but just putting in those little bit of harsh shadows will help a lot. It'll give it the dimension that it needs. All is well, fine, good, we're happy, and fall brings me indoors to play. That's cool, Artie Dar. I love hearing that. Love hearing that. Are you arting at all? That's what I want to know. actually love fall. So this time of year is probably one of my favorite times of year. I love spring, but I really, really love fall. I'm not sure if we're going to have real pretty colors this year. I think it takes a lot of moisture to make the really, really pretty colors. So I don't think we're going to have a really, really pretty fall, but that's okay. I know we've got about 25 million acorns out there. When they start falling, laying in bed at night, it feels like, or it sounds like, you can't feel it, but it sounds like shrapnel hitting the house. Okay. All right, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to quickly add the Zentangle in here that I... There. What color is that? Okay, that's yellow. Forgot a little section right there. And I don't really have to add highlights on here because the petals are so soft, right? Acorn pancakes, God, those would be the most bitter, gross things in your whole life, Artie Dar. Have you ever tried one? Don't ever try an acorn. They are so bitter and nasty. All right, let's move on to whatever's next. This can go in the book. That was page what? I will number these pages at some point. I don't know what page number it was. We'll find out later. All right, next one up. I'll just leave all that junk out. Hibiscus. Hibiscus come in lots of different colors. I could almost look this up because I know I've seen hibiscus in dark yellows and pinks and all kinds. So let's see what colors they did here. I don't have the pages written down, so okay. Here's the hibiscus they've shown. I don't know. That one's not horrible. I'm just going to quickly look up other colors of hibiscus and see. Maybe I would rather do... there's the tins that I was thinking of drawing for Inktober. Yeah, look, they come in all different colors. Oh, what to do, what to do. Let's see what colors I've already used, so, because I wouldn't mind keeping it. I've used pink, purple, yellow, blue, multicolor, primarily blue. Yeah, let's do pink, what the hell. It'll keep it all somewhat the same style, so what the heck. What the heck. Yeah, the red ones, the deep, deep red ones that look like velvet that you just want to pet, right? This one's going to be really, really simple. And I'll have to finish the Zentangle up here too. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, where's my watercolor? I gotta get out some. I'll use what's it called? Quinacridone Permanent Rose for the pink, and water it down pretty good because I'll do this one really soft as well. Where's my cheat sheet? How one person can lose stuff as fast as I do, I have no clue. That's still too dark, so. All right. And then we'll do the center, probably this permanent red. And I'll add some of the, what is it, rose madder, the dark. Let's see. And I want it pretty dark. Yep, it's going to work good. Then I need yellow and orange, which I've already got out. I've got the, I'll add some green. Since I didn't mix much. Won't need much. All right. Those are the colors we're going to use. Okay, and this is going to be weird because I'm going to do the entire flower in the pink, and then I'll go back in and add those white lines later, either with if the white watercolor pencil will work, I'll use those. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to use either Posca or Jelly Roll pen or something like that. It's easier this way. I mean, this is not like a great work of art, okay? This is just colorizing the flowers, so it's not like it's going to ever hang on a wall. So I don't mind doing that, and I'm not a purist. I could care less. It's not uncommon that I will use watercolor on top of my watercolors. And this paper is not very forgiving, so you have to work fairly quick. If you let it dry, you'll end up with lines for sure. Watercolor paper doesn't do that as much. But if you see them start, just go ahead and get them wet really quick again, and you can usually prevent it if you're paying attention. That's where my plan usually falls apart. And when the paper starts warping, you'll tend to get puddles, so you gotta mess with those too. What's really weird on this picture in the book, they made that little bud down there yellow, And I've never seen a hibiscus that has multicolored flowers on the same bush. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it pink, because that would just be weird. And I'm going to do it a little bit darker pink. That would be the truth, Tina. I'm not snobby at all. I think everybody should do whatever they want and can afford and won't get caught doing. And I want the bud darker than the flower itself, so that be's that. Let me hit it with the heat gun before I go in with yellow. I don't want it spreading. Alright, not enough room. Painted my arm. Oh my gosh. And for these little dots, I'm taking the paint directly out of the palette and getting it like almost full strength, right? And I'll do what little bit of shading I want on them with a colored pencil. Type of ink pen. What do you mean? Oh, type of ink pen I used. I've been drawing all these with the platinum carbon ink pen. I don't remember. I think Xandra sent this to me as a gift, honestly. But I'm almost certain you can get them at Jet Pens. You might try Amazon. But I'm almost certain you can get them at Jet Pens. And the carbon ink, you can definitely get at Jet Pens because I've ordered it from them before. Because I used all the ink that it came with. Yeah. So I know you can get that. And Jet Pens is just a hell of a lot of fun. So, go there. I'm almost afraid to go there. but I do love jet pens. And I've shown that pen before. For drawing or for writing, it's one of the nicest, inexpensive pens you could ever own. I'm not kidding you. I would recommend that. In fact, I don't remember, I think it was Michelle that was asking about fountain pens and which fountain pen would I recommend and blah, blah, blah. And at the time that I was telling her, I'm not sure if I told her Lamy or what, but I immediately, as soon as I remembered, I was just like, oh man, I gotta tell her, because that is really one of the best pens. Brenda, the thing is, almost all pens are gonna feather somewhat. It depends on what paper you're using and the ink. So one thing about the carbon black ink, it's my favorite waterproof ink for sure. Noodler's makes a good one, undoubtedly. But this one, when it gets wet, it stays really, really nice and black. Never spreads. Never has it spread on me. So, yeah, Jet Pens loves me too. When you find a good company, you just have to support them. That's that. It's your duty as a citizen of the world. I was going to say American, but yeah, it's really the entire world. To support the companies who do right and have great product. Damn it. And I'll do those wrinkles with pencil because it'll just be so much easier. Guys, I've had this song going through my head for like since sometime yesterday. Have you guys heard? It's on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I saw it somewhere else. but it's a verse out of, I think it's the Grace Kelly song by Mira. The one that says, I can be brown, I can be blue, I can be violet sky. Don't ever let that flippin' song get in your head, because, honest to God, you can't get rid of it. Like, in my head, I catch myself just singing that song. And if you haven't heard it, you don't want to, so don't go listen. Because it's worse than, maybe I shouldn't even say it, but it's the shark song. Maybe that's how I can get rid of it. Do the shark song. I'm just getting this basic color down, and then I'll put in the shadows and details and stuff. And I think that one leaf I forgot detail completely, so oh well. Is that the one that gets stuck in your head, Devin? Yeah, honestly, there's nothing more annoying. I can't even begin to tell you. Drives me batty. I was singing it in bed last night. I mean, I was laying there trying to go to sleep, and that song was going in my head. I thought, Jesus, I'm gonna lay here awake all night at this rate. In small spaces like this, sometimes I opt just to use the colored pencils, because you're working in such small areas. Is that Van Dyke? Yeah, I think I'll add a little bit of Van Dyke to the hookers, just to get it a little bit darker. Not a huge amount darker, but just a little bit darker. We'll see how that works. I hope I'm not sad that I did it. Yep, I forgot to ink in this leaf. Oh well, we're not going to worry about it. I can do that later. Oh, another thing I wanted to remember to do on these is I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges too. This I'm going to have to fix with colored pencil, just because I actually Zentangled that leaf so I had to white it out. I've done a couple mistakes on this, and then I just want to kick my own ass. All right, that's enough watercolor. Now we're going to do colored pencil. Hey, Barb Owen. It's good to see you. I hope your world is going well. All right, let's see which pencils we want. We've got the greens out. I need a nice, this one might work, nice pinkish. Yeah, that might work. We'll use a soft pink too. I definitely need the white. I've got the dark green. What else do I need? Yeah, I use that one. Okay, I think we got out all we need. It's going. Well, yeah. Sometimes you just have to be good with what you got, right? That's probably one of the biggest challenges in life. Just go with what you got. Let me try this one. Yeah, that's better. That softened it out pretty good. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't want it real dark, but I just want it darker right through here. I don't know if you guys can see that on screen. nose is real. I did my medicine. It's still just so annoying today. All right, that's looking okay. Check chat. All right, Barb has great news. I have to scroll back. Granddaughter is at the hospital in labor. Oh, Barb, that is so exciting for you. Congratulations. Oh, there's nothing better than a baby. Don't you guys just want to sniff a baby right now? That sounds really creepy, I know. But honestly, there is nothing better than a new baby smell. It's better than a new car smell or puppy breath. Barb, I'm so happy for you. I'm afraid we won't be having any more babies around here for a while. Unless grandchildren start having them, and then you start turning into great grandparents, and then that gets a little weird. But yeah, we probably won't be having any for a while. You know, that's odd, Barb, because I'm sitting here thinking, you've been on YouTube for a long time. So that granddaughter, and I'm sure it's the one I'm thinking of, because I think you only have the one. We've known her since she was really young, too. Like, who would be thinking that here, all these years later, we'd be congratulating on you, on her having a baby? Because she was pretty young when I started watching you. It's crazy. But then I think about Dee Dee's grandkids, too, you know, like Boo and Cam. They were little. Like, really little. And my kids have all grown up, too, in the same time span. Oh, that's not dark enough. I guess I'm going to have to get out. Let's use a dark red. No, maybe this one will be dark enough. Yeah, that should be dark enough. I bet she's probably not having the greatest day, but what a life-changing day for her. Boo and Cam are 19 and 22. See, that's just it. To think about all of our grandkids. We've been hanging out so long that they've gone from little children to grown-ups. That's crazy. Having babies of their own. I didn't want to draw the stems to all these buds in ink because I just felt like the ink would be too, just too much. So hopefully this will be better. Okay. Well, we'll do the green. Well, getting old has happened so gradually that it doesn't bother me. That's a crazy thing. I always thought I would just hate being old. I really don't mind it. Not like I thought I would. And it's better than the alternative, right? So, and some of the best things in life you don't get until you're older. That's for sure. You know, like, I remember when the two oldest grandchildren were little tiny. We lived in Colorado then, Jim and I. And almost every weekend we would drive to see them. Or their parents would drive and meet us halfway so we could get them. Now what's really nice, your grandkids can drive their own car using their own money with their own gas and their own insurance to come and see you. So that's an advantage that, you know, because I can't tell you how many weekends, well, almost every weekend after the kids were born, you know, chasing all over the state to see those kids. Now, you want to see me? Get your butt in your car and get over here. So that's a nice thing. And you can have a real I don't care attitude. All right, we're about ready to do the white streaks in it, and I'm not sure about this. Yeah, that whiteout's just going to look a little weird there, and that's okay. I don't care. Ah, thanks, Dee Dee. All right, we're going to try it with the white pencil, and we'll see. Yeah, nope, we're going to use white Posca. We're going to be brave like Dee Dee. Brave like a Dee Dee. Because it's the only way it's going to show up. Now I just dumped a bunch of Posca pens on the floor. So, yep. I hope y'all feel sorry for me. The mess I'll have to clean up later. This is how I keep my Poscas, in a little Sutter home wine container. It works pretty darn good, actually. It's portable. You can move it. Works good. Okay, let me shake this. It's been a while since I used it. The black just soaks it up. Isn't that a cool stencil with the color shift paints? You might want to tape the bottom of that box. Nah. If they fall all out, I'll take a picture and send it to you, Dee Dee. Because the day that happened, when I dumped my paint, I had talked to Dee Dee on the phone, and she knew I was going to the post office, and I wrote her back shortly and said, "How's your day going?" And then sent the picture of my paint all over the floor. Like, yep, my day's not going that great now. Yeah, this is working just fine. Oops. You have to be a little careful because, like that black there, I'll have to go over that. That's right, you did send me the Simpsons making snow angels. Yep. I don't know how much white I want down in that shadow. Alright, probably don't have as much white as they have on theirs, but I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to knock it back a little bit with, I can just see myself goofing it up now. So I'm just going to hit it with a heat gun. Yeah, the magic of white Posca, isn't that the truth? Alright, and I'll knock it back a little bit where I think it's just too much. So it's still there, but it's just not like in your face. Nothing worse than in your face. So you can still see it. Yeah, but it's just not that bright white. And now that I'm done watercoloring, I don't mind using a pen that's not waterproof on it. So any little corrections, I'll go back in and just make with this Hybrid Technica because it's such a teeny weeny nib. The chances of me screwing it up now are less if I use that. Because I know me. All right, hibiscus done. Hey, Julie. Julie, I wish I could just hug your head off right now. Sliding in late with scotch for the teacher. Well, I'm not drinking it unless you drink with me. Girl, we need to have drinks today. It's a drinking kind of day. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh, I would need to do I'm going to go ahead and finish now I have to make it the Zentangle to go ahead and finish it. All right, that didn't take but a sec. And before I'm done here, I'll try and get one more watercolored at least. Well, I might only have one more. I don't know how many I'm ahead here. Oh, this one I've been looking forward to doing. I probably won't get the poppy done, but I might just save these. I don't know. We'll see what the week holds for me. But the sunflower, yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this one. And I'm going to do mine a little bit darker colors than they show on that. I'm going to do mine more orangish. But yeah. So let's see what colors. I just closed my watercolor with all that wet water. Oh, it had pretty much dried. Yay me. I was going to say, I'm going to have a mess on my hands now. No worries, no worries. All right, we'll start with the yellow. And on this one, they call it lemon yellow, but I think I have altered it. Ooh, I got it dirty. I'm going to get out some new because that's too dirty. I'm not doing dirty yellow. I want bright, pretty lemon yellow. Don't worry about it, Julie. You know, I'm cool with that. Like, anybody who follows you on Instagram, I'll go ahead and say it. Julie lost her 20-year-old cat this weekend. And so she needs extra special hugs from all of us because that is a hard, hard thing. And Julie, I don't mean to make you sad, but I wish I could just be there to hang out with you. Maybe say something stupid to make you laugh. But it's a hard thing, so don't even worry about that. We've all been there, you know? All been there. I was there actually not very long ago. And I didn't water this down a whole heck of a lot. Other than, you know, you would a normal watercolor. I never, hardly ever, the only time I ever go direct from the pan to the paper is sometimes when I'm playing in the Beast and I don't want to take the time or make the mess to do a real palette. I'll just put some water in watercolor and put it on the page, but that's pretty rare. Oh, I was going to show you guys too the napkin journal. I think I didn't show you guys what pages I did in that since the last time I worked on it on stream. Something tells me one of them was really funny and I liked it. Sunflowers are really, really fun to grow. If you've never grown them, you don't even need a big plot of land for them. They're really fun to grow. I have to say, they were one of the funnest things when I had my huge garden. I had a huge, long row. The garden was like 80, wasn't 80 yards, so it had to be like 80 feet by 80. So it was huge, but it was big enough that we could till it with a tractor and stuff like that. But one of my favorite things in that whole garden that year was an entire row of sunflowers, and they got so pretty. And of course, they built kind of a barrier to the rest of the garden because I put them on one edge. And the only problem was they really, really draw bees. Like if you have sunflowers, you're going to have bees. Well, I'm deathly allergic to bees, so that was not a great thing in my favor. But the other thing was the raccoons. Like when the raccoons figured out that the nuts were ready, oh my gosh, they would just come in and tear up the the sunflowers to get at those seeds. I never thought that coons would do that, but they did. Coons like sunflowers. And they weren't even baked and salted. go figure, if they'd have figured out they could just wait until I baked them and salted them. So I finally had to just put the way you collected the seeds. I had to go read about this, or maybe my neighbor told me about how to collect the seeds and stuff from sunflowers. You put a great big grocery bag over them, and then they just fall out in the bottom of the bag, and you collect up your sunflowers. But the you know what? I'm going to add the yellow back after. Since the Posca pens are working, I'm going to do this different. Yeah, they would rip up the paper bags. They didn't care. They were all about getting at those seeds. Let's see. I think I want to do burnt umber for that. I think the storm must have passed. I don't hear stuff hitting the house anymore. Hope that's not coming your way, Barb. We got a ton of rain and high winds. Of course, the rain was welcome, so we needed the rain pretty bad. I just barely mixed enough of this paint. Hi, Christine. It passed there around 2:30. Oh man, it was lightning and thunder last night here before I went to bed, and it lasted, according to Robert, I didn't hear a lot of it, but according to Robert, it lasted all night long. And this morning when I got up, it was still raining and the wind was just blowing so hard. All right, let's see. I might have wished I'd done this darker, but we'll see. I wanted it so you could still see the design in the middle, but we'll see. Who knows? All right, we'll base coat the green and then do a little bit of detail. Need some more green. All right, if I go ahead and paint those other ones, you want me to post it on Instagram or just wait and show you next week? I still have a couple of them that I need to post on Instagram. I have to wait until my fragile ego can take the Dee Dee comments. Why don't you lighten it? Fix it. Okay, Mom. I'm just bugging her. She's really not as brutal as I make her sound. She's just being helpful. She just wants the best. Race is hung up in Dallas because of the weather. Oh man. Yeah, it's yeah, the whole airline industry right now is pretty wonky, and they're saying weather. Now if you were flying into Tulsa, I'd have to say last night and this morning you could not. They probably did cancel flights for weather. But I think the airline industry right now is feeling some of the heat from mandates. That's my own gut feeling, but because I am a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist 90% of the time. All right, we're going to hit this with a heat gun and start doing some little bit of detail. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I agree with you, Dee Dee. They do that in Tulsa too, Barb. If they even think there's bad weather, boom. Everything's shut down. Everything. Especially in the winter with snow. Man, they are scared to death of snow, which I get because I grew up in Colorado where, I mean, we had snow all the time. Very, very common. But we had the equipment and the personnel who knew how to deal with it. So before I realized that, before I moved down here, living in Colorado, our plant was in Tulsa. And if there was even snow in the forecast, they sent everybody home. I never closed my office, ever. Like, if you worked for me in Denver, I don't care if there's 18 inches of snow. You get your butt up, you get into work. That's it. I'm doing it, you're doing it. So I used to just laugh at the people in Tulsa because they literally could not work if there was snow. Well, now that I live here and see how these monkeys drive in it, and that one, they don't have the equipment and stuff, I get it. But before that, I was the most insensitive person ever. I was just like, yeah, you wimps. I literally, there was one time in Denver, it stormed so bad and I would not close the office. I couldn't even make it home. I had to go stay at a friend's house. And then I felt bad because I really didn't want to endanger people's lives. But like, as soon as there was snow on the ground in Denver, man, they were out plowing those roads, making them passable. Because companies did not shut down for weather. They just didn't. I don't know how much of this yellow orange you can see. I'll probably do a little bit darker when I use the colored pencils. Oops, just hit the camera. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can get it focused again. I'm thinking Robert should go get me tacos for Columbus Day. What do you guys think? You can tell about this time of day I start getting really hungry because I haven't eaten much all morning. Okay, you'll be able to see more detail when I start with the colored pencils. Where is the dark green? I'm just putting water on it right now because I'm doing this from memory, actually. Thinking what sunflower leaves look like. And I think they're kind of splotchy. They are big like that, but I think they're kind of splotchy. So I'm going to try and do wet on wet, knowing full well that this paper doesn't work well that way. But we're going to try and do it anyway. Because some of us are just hard-headed enough to think that we're going to change the way the paper wants to work. Can you guys see that? It's actually working pretty well, surprisingly. Now, whether or not it will absorb that pigment and then move it all over equally, so the whole thing will be for naught, I guess we're going to find that out. But if it will stay splotchy like it is right there, it's going to be perfect. You just can't do too much at once, is what it is. I am the boss of the sunflower leaves and everything else that goes on around here. And I don't mind saying out loud that it's good to be boss. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being boss. I've grown quite accustomed to it. Oop, that didn't get wet enough. Okay, hang on. Either it is totally sucking up the water, or I missed that spot. Yeah, splotchy like that worked out perfect. I must have gotten it too wet over here. That's all right. We'll come back in after it dries a little bit. Okay, I'll draw the veins in with pencil. I think it'll just be easier. And I think that I want to do with pencil too. So, or pasta. Let me draw it just a little and I'll try again. That's a little darker than I would have liked, but okay. That's cool. I can live with that. Let's see what colors I need. I'm going to need an orange. Got the dark green. Got white. Yellow. I think I've got out everything I need except for a yellow Posca, but I'll get that in a minute. Okay, bye, Barb. Have a fun afternoon. All right, let me whack this with a heat gun real quick. Hey, Judy. I didn't see you come in. Sorry. Jilly. I might have missed a lot of you. Sorry. I don't mean to not acknowledge you. I'm busy arting, man. Busy arting. I'm going to soften these here in just a minute, so don't freak out going, what are you doing? Got to remember I'm working pretty small here. Yeah, I'm glad this is more, has more color than the one in the book. Just looks prettier. Okay, Judy, I really like how you show the underside of the leaf on the left. Oh, okay. I looked through my color books for references to practices, and none of them show this natural state of flora. Sad face, me. Well, if you look out in nature, generally what you'll find is the underside of the leaf is always going to be lighter than the top of the leaf. So if you want to show that, just make sure that the top of the leaf that you would be seeing if it was open like this is darker than usually the underside. Now, I don't know if that's true for everything, but as a general rule, I would say that that's pretty common. All right. Now, let's do the green. Why not? And here, where this leaf overlaps this leaf, you'd have just a natural shadow. You can do that with a darker color or gray or Payne's gray or something like that. I generally try and soften it, you know, because unless it's in direct sunshine, you usually won't have a real hard edge. But if the sun was shining directly on that, you would have a real hard edge there. So that's usually how you can, you know, just show that a shadow. And up here where they're meeting, I'm going to go ahead and darken that a little bit, because depending on your angle and the light that's coming, this flapped up edge will cast a shadow over on this leaf. You know, that's if you want to learn to draw and shade and stuff like that. Go online and look, and I'm sure it won't be hard to find. Look for cast shadows or light, because one of the things, like on a hard surface, one of the things that will make your object look more real is drawing the reflected light and the cast shadow of whatever you're drawing. And a lot of people forget that. Or, well, I think unless you actually go out and learn about shading and stuff like that, you probably don't even realize that your brain sees that stuff, and you don't, it doesn't even register that that's how you're seeing the dimension of objects. It's by the light that is either being reflected or being diminished by the object, right? And it's one of the funnest things about drawing and arting that I ever learned, was learning about cast shadows and stuff like that. Teachable reference. Well, thanks, Judy. But shadows and light, reflected light and stuff like that, that's really, really interesting to study and learn. And it's not hard. That's the crazy thing. As soon as your brain gets it, like your brain gets it. You don't have to relearn it over and over and over again. All right, we're going to add some little bit of yellow Posca to that brown, and then I'll shade it. I will go ahead and add some yellow on these leaves too. Oh no, Posca is what I'm looking for. I hope I have a yellow Posca. I should have a yellow Posca, shouldn't I? I don't use my Poscas as much as Dee Dee does. There's a yellow Posca. Hopefully it's been used. Swoop! Cat hairs. Have you guys noticed I don't have to pick cat hairs off everything anymore? That's awesome. I did clean something the other day and found a wad of cat hair, and I thought, well, that tells you about how long it's been since you did anything in here. I'm not sure that I'm going to like this, but we'll just see. Yeah, it'll be all right, I think. And I will knock this back. I won't leave it the bright, bright yellow that you see here. I didn't get out of brown. Let me get out of dark brown. I'm glad, Barbara, though. I just saw your comment about getting that phone call. I'm actually glad that they're starting to identify like spam risk. I've started getting a lot of those kind of phone calls. Spam risk or yeah, I'm glad they're starting to identify them for us. Of course, if I don't have the number, I don't answer it anyway, so now that I've got the dark brown next to that yellow, the yellow isn't quite so in your face. think I got them all. I think. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. Alrighty. Yeah, it's come out not too terrible. I should have gotten out. Well, I guess it's not too late to get out. I've got about 10, 15 minutes left. I usually would not go back in with yellow or white at this late stage, given that I've already got dark brown, red, orange, because you'll start smearing. Some of those petals needed some color. Let me see if I can do the white on here. I think it probably, yep, it's gonna work okay. You guys probably won't be able to see this, but on these leaves, I guess on the underside, you can still see the veining, so you guys can't see it, but I can. And if a leaf is really shiny, which these are not, sunflower leaves are not real glossy, kind of like a philodendron leaf. A philodendron leaf you should add white to, or some bright highlight. These, I think, if my memory serves me right, these are kind of feathery. Like they absorb the light rather than reflect the light. So you don't want bright white reflection on these. I am going to add a little bit of white in here. Not that noticeable. All right, I'm going to call that done. So the next few minutes, I'm going to go ahead, just so I can call some pages absolutely, completely done. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges. And eventually these will all be put, I will bind them in a journal with a cover. That's black. That'll work. And I'm just putting the other sheet underneath so it's a little bit stiffer. I don't want a great big black edge, but just a nice edge. I'm a lover of inked edges. All right, where's the other done pages? So I got 3 little pages done. I guess that's a pretty good day, huh? Better than some other things I could have been doing, right? One thing I think with the Zentangle in the background, I think the inked edges just makes it look finished, because where the Zentangle abruptly ends at the edge of the page, it just feels weird to me. And I always try and do this last because the little flickers fall off there, and then every page that touches your desk after that gets little black marks on it. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that happens to. Your internet went down, Rachel. I thought you'd been awfully quiet. I mean, I've been painting, so I wasn't paying that close attention to chat, but I thought Rachel must have fallen asleep. But that's okay, because that's what old people do. Not really. I'm just kidding. You can take it, girl. I know you can take it. No, and I didn't really talk smut about anybody. I'll save that for later. We'll do the smut talk later. I was afraid my internet was going down this morning. That storm that was going through was blowing so hard. And my fiber optic is above ground, so it only takes one little limb to break it. Been there, done that. Oops. You did not off for a minute? See, told you. God, I don't know why anybody would want to hang out with me, honestly. I want to redraw this membrane art one, because the illustration that's on tanglepatterns.com looks very, very cool. But with the gray, not being able to shade it adequately, it just doesn't look as cool as it does in black and white. So I do actually want to redraw that one, because I think in black and white with shading, it's going to look way cool. Okay, should be just another page or two. Wow, I did more than I thought I did, actually. That needs to be erased. So, Dee Dee, did you post a picture of the gourd yet? Did you get it done while I've been painting? I hope you guys work along with me, because I know I start painting and I get pretty quiet. Yeah, the inking, for whatever reason, to me it just feels like the page is more finished, especially where the Zentangle goes off the page. It's just like, there, you're done. Get over yourself. For whatever reason, this just, I don't know, it makes it feel less awkward or something. I don't know. But look at how much crud is on the table now. And every bit of that will glom onto your next page. So you got to clean it up, man. Clean it up. Bye, Devin. Happy Thanksgiving. Go eat like a pig. Because that's what I'd be doing if somebody else was cooking. I don't even think I'm going to cook this year, you guys. That's how bad. And Thanksgiving actually is one of my favorite. It is my favorite holiday. But Robert asked last night, he said, when's Thanksgiving? He asked me dumb questions like that all the time. Just so you know. But I said, well, it's not until, you know, like late in November. Why? And he said, well, I was wondering what you want to do. So I don't know if one of his kids said something, or I don't know. I don't know why the conversation even came up. And I said, oh, we got plenty of time to think about it. And he said, well, would you rather go out than cook this year? And I thought, now that's why I like you. Like, dude, you are thinking ahead about keeping me from working my ass off all day. So I don't know. I'm thinking we might just go out this year and eat steak instead of turkey. And I'd be okay with that, I think. Getting weird in my old age, but it's just not the same as it used to be, I guess, you know? Like, used to be when all your family could come and all that. It was a whole different deal. Now it's just like a lot of work for a meal. All right. And the first page I had already done. So here, let me put this away and clean up these little black things that are getting ready to sabotage me. Those little things get everywhere. All right, let's take a look. And by next time, I'll have the index partially written out. So there's a peony, pansy. I like the pansy. And the pansy came out good. Daffodil. That was You Are a Lazy Wench kind of day. Orange blossom. Magnolia. Hibiscus. I like the hibiscus. It came out pretty good. I think it's darker pink than what you guys are seeing in the camera. Sunflower. And nothing. The next one, and I don't know if I will paint this before I see you guys again, is Poppy. Foxglove. This one's going to be fun. and calla lily. And this one, the Zentangle, is really stumping me. So I'm not sure how to... Let me show you what the Zentangle is. I've looked it up and I've drawn it. It's a really weird Zentangle, and it's not like you... It's a repetitive one. It's like this. It's like that. And I'm just not sure how I'm going to incorporate it into the back of that page. Get it? So I don't know. I just don't know how that's going to work out. I'm going to give it some thought and try and do it. This one definitely will look better shaded, which I haven't been shading much on the Inktober pages, but this one will look better shaded. But I still don't know how to incorporate it into that page. So, but that's what the Zentangle looks like that goes on the back of that calla lily page. So I don't know. All right, you guys. Thanks, Trisha. You'll be making Thanksgiving dinner here, there? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna. All right. So, I guess I'll see some of you tomorrow at Kathy Arbor's. If you like watercolor, go to Kathy Arbor's channel tomorrow at noon Central, 1 Eastern. And she generally does a watercolor tutorial, a paint-along. So, yeah, just look up Kathy Arbor on YouTube and you'll be able to find her channel. Can I turn them into vertical columns? See, I wondered that, CB, but I think it's just too busy. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like the soft calla lily. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. All right, you guys. If I don't see you at Kathy's tomorrow, I'll see you at Dee Dee's Wednesday morning. So thanks so much for coming. I appreciate you guys more than you ever know. Love you lots. See you, bye.